God bless the flag, we all beating our chest. When it's peace, it's the same old game, the same old players, same old names. Right. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin.
What's good, fam? How's everybody doing? Good, Sean?
Oh, I'm good. I hope everybody else out there is good.
That's what's up. Just waiting on AJ to call on in.
Okay.
You know, just chilling. Another good day. You know, no complaints. Yes. You know, and before we get started, I want to make sure y'all know that you are tuned in to My Skin Is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to gods, we welcome everyone. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful.
Yes.
You sound like you're going through a car wash over there, bro. You all right?
How about now?
Yeah, that's much better.
You know, I got the little mic on. I might have to, go take the mic off.
But you know what? I think that's it. That's definitely it. That's what be causing all like that air sound. You know.
All right. I'll have to give up the comfort for the people. You know. It's only right.
Oh man, the sacrifices that you make, bro. I appreciate it, man. And just in case y'all don't know, here go AJ right here.
Okay.
What's going on, family? What's going on, family? How y'all feeling, man?
That coffee working, huh?
I'm a little late. My bad. So I'm only 2 minutes off. I guess that's coming off my pay, right? Gotcha.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You got one more time, bro. We're going to have to write you up. Oh, man, no nap today. So, actually, I didn't even feel like taking a nap today. Just been kind of really bumping with these hoodies. Oh, in case you don't know, check out My Skin Is My Sin. .com. We got some hoodies on there, some shirts on there, the whole nine. Check out the groups, All Black Everything, and please support the fan page, MySkinIsMySin.com. Man, got to get that all out the way. We got the chat room open. It's working this week, it's working today because it wasn't working Tuesday. And we got the event jumping off in case y'all got any questions or comments y'all want to put in there. If you feel free to tag somebody. I tagged a couple people as usual. I'm sure I missed somebody though. And hey man, it ain't easy. You try to remember everybody, but my memory is not the best in the world. I barely remember what I wore yesterday. Well, we got Brotha Ankh tonight.
Yeah.
If you are not familiar. Yeah. He created the Amin Ra Squad. So this should be an interesting conversation.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't even, Jesus, I'm just scrolling. I'm just waiting.
Well, I told him to call up about 7:15. Because that's pretty much when things get, we usually talk our little stuff, for a little bit, allow people to kind of settle in, get a little something to drink, do what you got to do, relax for a second, so you can show up fashionably late to the party.
Yeah, right. That's what we like to do, Everybody likes to do that, Get
right.
the bathroom out the way and all of that. I'm sitting here looking at the Melanin Monroe hoodie, though. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that. I like it myself, but I would just feel like it would be kind of weird if I was to get one of those. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess I gotta get it for like a lady friend or something like that.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Not to wear it, Jesus.
Actually, though, I did a mock-up of one in camouflage that I would rock. It looked tough.
Oh, okay. So I mean, as far as the hoodies, like, what colors do you have like popping right now? that can be ordered?
Right now, we just have the Melanin Monroe one, the tan one, on the website. I have a black one with the new logo on it. I only have like 4 of those left. Like, they kind of went before I could even put them on the website, so I didn't even bother putting those on the website. I got some red ones coming in. They were supposed to be here, you know, at the post office, so whenever they get here, those will definitely be going up on the website. And, you know, we're looking to, because I got a couple of exclusives that I, you know, basically me, my brother, and you know, the nuclear family.
Correct.
But I kind of want to do them a little bit bigger, you know. So we're just trying to look into different things and see what looks good, you know, what we can get. Because I'd like to be, you know, sell them cheaper. It's difficult though, man, and you don't find out how difficult things are. Like when people say, well, you know, Walmart got them for this price. Well, that's because Walmart is paying $2 for them.
Yeah, they get them in such a big bulk. They can basically buy them for that much. So I get what you're saying. I mean,
Right.
in my opinion, when something is on and the quality is very good, you know what you're paying for. Like, I really don't complain. I can't see myself really complaining about the price. For one, because it's black owned, and for two, the quality is there. It's not like I'm just buying something that's real janky or anything of that nature and paying the arm and the leg for it. Like, the hoodie is dope because I see a picture that you put up, you feel me, and with you with the hoodie on, and it was dope. But we're about to have a little bit of fun real quick because you had on shorts with Timbs. You feel what I'm saying?
He was walking under the bridge, like, walking under the bridge. I've seen that one.
I got to do it, man. I had to, man. I was like, my man got on shorts with Timbs. You feel me? Only in
man,
man.
Don't hate my dog, man.
He had another thing. He had two of them. He had two of them, though. Like, he even get perspectives. I'm like, look at my man getting his model on. Look at him. He had one on the porch, you know, like, yeah, I'm posting. Then he had the one walking under the bridge, like, yeah, I'm over here. I'm like, okay. Hey, yeah, looking all right. I had to like both of them. I shared them.
I know, man. I seen that too, man. I cried for a moment too, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It was,
but I was happy.
We got it. Don't worry.
It was a gangster tear. You feel me? Like it was fighting to come out the eye. You feel me? It was one of those. You feel what I'm saying? It was struggling. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. We all have gangster tears.
Uncooperative.
It was like
uncooperative.
Like 70 degrees here yesterday, though. I wasn't anticipating all that.
Yeah, man. Like,
you had to get it out there.
It was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, after you know, we had the Conscious Olympics, and you know the supporter who supported the shoes was part owner of Megas, and you know I didn't know. I mean, I knew it when I seen them. I was like, hold up, I know those sneakers. And it wasn't until we knew that we was getting Brotha Ankh on that I was like, and I read it, you know, I was like, hold up, yeah, because those were the shoes that I seen he had a video he was promoting. How you feel about them? I like them. You know, they look cool. They look groovy to me. You know what I mean? Got the Africa on the side, RPG,
groovy.
Yeah, 74. Yes, I took it back. I was watching some Black Panther clips today, so I'm feeling it. Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Yeah, right on, brother. You sucker. You job time turkey.
Yeah, man. Shoot. I almost went Pootie tank on you.
I see. You like what he did a little bit.
They was groovy. I didn't want to say anything.
Now, I will let people know, you know, the people that's tuned in. If you're tuning in for the first time, we typically just ramble on, talk about much or nothing for the first couple of minutes. So don't mind us. You know, if you need to go get a drink or something, ignore us for a little bit. Brotha Ankh will be on in about 5-10 minutes. So you know. But we like to chop it up and we like to enjoy each other, you know. Pause.
Yeah, I mean, before we get into, you know, the serious issues, you know how black folks like to congregate, joke, laugh, chill, just enjoy being around each other, their presence, you know, because it's always a celebration. You know, like, these are one of the things I look forward to doing every week. Can't wait for Tuesday to come. What we talking about? I don't know. But when Tuesday comes, we're going to get it popping. You know? Hey, I'm there. Oh, we talking about skydiving. Yeah, I'm there. Oh, yeah, we talking about rock. Oh, yeah, I'm there. It doesn't matter. Like, yes, like, you know, because I love being around melanated people.
I'm going to pass on the skydiving, though, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't even like heights.
Nope, me neither. If the plane is not falling, I am not jumping.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. Yeah, I got on the plane. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, get that off, because that's the whole one moment.
Oh, yeah, because I was just about to say, don't laugh at me, everybody, but the first time I got on the plane was this year, and I had a window seat. Closed window. You dig what I'm saying? Like, can you give me a shot, please? I need 2 of them. I'm going to sleep. Put my hood over my head. Took them 2 shots back, and I woke up when we was landing. You feel me? Like a kid that's like 13 years old. That's like a professional airplane rider or something. They're just looking at movies, sitting Indian style. I'm just sitting there like, this little mug has more heart than me. Because I'm scared as hell right now. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not too big on heights.
I wanted to ask this. I'm not too much of the news savvy. I don't watch the news too much. But I was on Yahoo today, and I saw something about Ben Carson. Like, is he leading? Is he leading? Yeah, good. Fill me in a little bit. I just read a little bit. He said something about the pyramids. I know he said something about the pyramids too. They wasn't tombs. They was only for grain.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
but he also got a technically they calling it like a rap song for a commercial, but it's not really too many lyrics in it. It's some guy saying something, and then they play a bunch of clips from Ben Carson, and that's like supposed to get him the quote-unquote black vote.
Oh, man, the 2016 Air
I need
Coons.
to see that commercial. I need to see that. The Air Coons? They had an Air Coons
the 2016 Air Coons come in all shapes, sizes, and colors.
Listen, man,
did y'all see the clip of his wife singing the national anthem?
I got this meme. Rise of the Coons, Rise of the Coons, like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You gotta let me hold it.
What meme don't you have?
Yeah, I do. I got an extensive library of memes. Anybody ever want to battle, just come to my page.
You like the Library of Congress of memes.
Yeah, I'm going to battle you just to steal them. You feel me? That's just, I'm going to lose, but I'm just going to steal them. You feel me?
I know. I noticed that happens. I don't.
That's all right, man. We're going to have to do that one day, man. Have like a meme war. But that'll be the show.
I mean, I'm calling
I'm gonna narrate
out.
You get roasted. I'm taking you down.
Why are you challenging Sean? He already has 1,000 memes in this mother, like Canada said. It's like 1,000 memes in it. Way more than that. You feel what I'm saying?
I have more than that.
In my last
hey
phone,
man, I hung with him for a little while. That's why he
hit that second gear. He hit that gear, and yeah.
I know we can hear every.
I let it roll in the beginning. But then I hit the gear.
No, you had to hit the drop box, man. Hey Jay, I don't know what you're doing over there, bro. You know we can.
That's not me. That's not me. I'm sitting. No, that's not me. Somebody put the phone in their pocket real quick, and like they looking for some change. You feel me? To put some gas on the petrol. Like, hold on. I got 30 cents. No, that's not me.
only way to find out. Yeah, that's you, Sean.
My man was
I think he
sounding
muted
a little.
himself.
My man was sounding a little bit like Preston for real when he was in traffic, crumbling up the potato chip bag. You feel what I'm saying? But that's a whole other story.
Right, Preston or Zal. Zal was calling from the penitentiary.
Man, Zal be calling from like 6 elevators at the same time, crowded ones. You
right.
What the hell is going on?
You hear me?
Shout out to
you hear
Zal.
me? And we can hear everything in your neighborhood, bro. Well, Sean must have just muted himself. He's still there though. And I just let Kim know that we ready for Brotha Ankh whenever he is ready to call up.
Yeah, we can definitely get this popping.
And just so y'all know, because I'm seeing the switchboard kind of light up a little bit, we do have the chat room available and open. We also have an event if you want to make any questions or comments and don't necessarily want to get on air. But if you do have a question or comment that you want to say on air, the number is 347-855-8692, and you must press 1 to get on air.
Okay. Before we get Brother up on the phone, let's have like a little recap of the show that we had Tuesday. You know, for the people that was listening and that's listening now. I think that was probably like one of the most intense shows that we had in a good way, because I think that's something that all of us, as far as black melanated people, know about. All of us are like mini professors when we talk about music. You know what I mean? When we care about music and we like particularly who we like, and these things are going to happen. It's all love. You dig what I'm saying? But I thought it was really well. It was very interesting.
It definitely was, man. I like the fact that we can talk about anything.
Definitely.
But what I'm going to do now is, Sean, are you with us, man? All right, I think Sean has muted himself. So what I do want to do...
You got me?
Oh, yeah, well, let's you know what? Go ahead and let's jump off into Brotha Ankh's bio right quick.
Oh, you want to jump off into it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if y'all don't know about him, should. But he put in a lot of work. All right, okay, family. We're gonna be talking with building with Brotha Ankh, AKA the real black atheist, also known as the God Killer. He has a list of accomplishments. A few of them are having a successful talk radio show called the Real Black Atheist. He is co-owner of Nagaz Footwear RBG Sneaker Company and the creator and leader of the Amin-Ra Squad, a team of comedic scholars. 3 of his mottos are, for their God to live, your God must die. A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Support yourself or die. And now today he will be breaking down the importance of understanding the roots of African culture.
And with no further ado, we're going to bring in Brotha Ankh right quick. Brotha Ankh.
What's good, family? Black African Power.
Black African Power.
Man, how y'all brothers doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing
good, man.
Cool.
How about yourself?
Hey, I'm just holding it down, moving forward, staying strong and vigorous in this thing we call African studies and the understanding of the way.
That's what's up. And I know you haven't met my co-host, so I got Sean Don with me, and I got AJ, and I'm Jobs, in case you forgot. Which happens, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And first off, I want to say thank you, man, for blessing us with your time.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me.
Oh, let me throw this out there. I want to throw this out there real quick. If you're in the Detroit area, if I'm wrong, Brotha Ankh, let me know. November 20th Brother Ankh will be at the STEAMS event. STEAMS being an acronym for Science, Technology, Economics, Art, Math, and Strategy. And he will also be at the World Conference of the Nile Valley Movement event in New York. And it'll be going down, I believe, December 15th. I don't got the flyer, but I'm sure you can finish that off. The 13th.
It's going to be the 13th, but I'm not going to be in Detroit. Brother Ben from the from Team Osiris is going to be taking my place. I already had a previous engagement, so I'm not going to be able to make that, but I wish I could have made it. But, Brother Ben, he's going to take my place on that.
All right, but you will be at the Nile Valley Movement in New York City.
Front and center.
Yes.
The whole squad, most of the squad going to be there. And, we just want to show the world just how we do. You know what I'm saying? So, I always have a lot of questions. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I have a quick question, and this is, I think that my co-hosts already know why I'm going to ask this question, but where do you, where were you born and raised or reside from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore in the house already.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Rogers Avenue.
Oh, okay. You from the west side. That's dope.
On the hilltop.
Love the whole city. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was raised in the Jewish neighborhood across North Parkway.
Yeah, like up there near Park Heights area, correct?
No, that's on the Park Heights is on Wrightstown Road. But you got Rogers Avenue, right? And that runs from Park Heights to Wrightstown Road. But I was on the other side of North Parkway. We used to walk down over North Parkway to Rogers, to Belvedere. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did all out there down there on Rogers Avenue in Belvedere. So, but the part I was raised in was the Jewish part. So I got a hell of an education on Jewish people and how they conduct their business.
Yeah, they kind of got a little monopoly in that certain area, if you want to call it that. But you're correct. You're definitely right about that.
Pikesville. Yeah, they support themselves because they know if they don't, they're going to die.
Mm-hmm. You ain't lying about that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They know that for a fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunate, we don't know that.
We used to.
Well, true.
Used to.
I think that we're slowly getting there. It's going to be a process, but a lot of people are waking up currently. Maybe not as fast as some of us want them to wake up, but it's slowly getting there. You know what I mean? But everything is systematic. It's a progress, and I'm kind of happy about seeing a lot of brothers, switching their direction as far as waking up and realizing what we're up against, pretty much.
We got to get that elephant out here. There's an elephant in the room that we don't want to deal with.
That's a good starting point right there. Because what I really want to know is, everybody has that moment where they kind of awaken and they realize, things ain't what they thought they were. What was that moment for you? What was life like before you, quote unquote, woke up and became the God killer?
I was in the Marines, and I was on duty, and I was sitting back. I was listening to some hip hop, some things, and I was thinking to myself, I said, "Damn, if not for the Europeans enslaving us, we wouldn't have never known about Jesus Christ." And so actually, them enslaving us helped us be saved in knowing Jesus Christ. And I laughed at it. I said, that's dumb as shit. And so I called my mother up, and I say, Mom, we should thank white people for enslaving us, because if they hadn't, right, we wouldn't have known about Jesus Christ, and then we wouldn't have got saved. We'd all went to hell. She said, boy, get off my damn phone. And she laughed, right? But that right there made me realize that it's a lot I got to study to find out. I always understood something to be crazy, but, you know what I'm saying, I just need the information, and I'll never forget it. It was about maybe 30 years ago. Now, maybe 25 years ago. And I was listening to a Dr. Ben tape, and I didn't even know who the hell Dr. Ben was, but one of my homeboys, my best friends, he was in college. And he gave me a tape. He said, yo, look at this tape. Right? And I looked at it, and Dr. Ben was rocking. I didn't know who it was. They was playing the African drums, and this guy was rocking. And they said, well, who is God to you? And he said, it's my mother. He said, before my mother, I knew nothing. She fed me, she birthed me, and she protected me. But before my mother, I knew nothing. So my mother is God. And that fucked me up. And so for years, I walked around saying, why does that make so much sense? But I didn't have the information to verify that. You know what I'm saying? Now today, we sit on a platform where I can show you why the statement he made was absolutely right and exact. That was my moment. So maybe people hearing this show, maybe that'll make them think about it. The only thing we ever know about God is what our parents teach us. And the only thing they ever knew about God is what their parents taught them. And the only thing they ever knew about God is what the slave master taught them. And so we come into this thing, right, with PTSS, post-traumatic slave syndrome. Okay? And it's deep, man. And that's the elephant in the room. That we was enslaved, right? First 800 years prior to the Europeans enslaving us, right, by Islam. And they all decreed it's okay to enslave those who do not believe in the faith, whether that faith be Islam, whether that faith be Christianity. And we can't leave Judaism out because it was the Jews, right, the money changers, they brokered the damn thing. They was the brokers because they was the ones that supplied the ships. They was the ones that supplied the chains. They was the ones that supplied the bullets, the rifles, the guns, the uniforms, the everything, the nautical equipment, every goddamn thing. They was the money behind the shit.
You're absolutely right.
So this ain't no game. The elephant in the room is simple. If you got God running around in your head, you're a slave. And you must study to say, why in the hell is he saying that? You got to study to show and prove, right? To prove me wrong.
Okay, for those of us like myself, I'm sorry, did I cut you off, Sean? Go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna say, one of my main things I say whenever I debate someone, I don't really get into it anymore because I just don't want to give the energy. But when I used to debate people who was religious, at the end of the day, they will boil down to faith. It's just believing, and the definition of faith is believing without proof. So they could just, go with it. I just personally can't, and it's something John Henry Clark said. It's not coming to me, but to sum up what he said, he was like, he doesn't trust, the intelligence of someone who could just believe in religion, when it's based off of without even without fact. So, yeah. It just to feeding off of what you said, that's just something that was in my head. But
yeah, I do want to interject real quick and say that something that he said really hit me, and I thought about this before I even can consider myself being conscious. And the reason why I would say before I even consider myself being conscious is Brotha Ankh said that religion was passed down to us from our parents to their parents and their parents, and we know how that goes. But when I was a young kid, my mother used to go to church every Sunday. She still does. You feel me? I don't even get into it with her about that because the conversation is going to end. I'm your mother. Shut up. And I'm not going to beat that. You feel me? So I just leave it alone. But but when my father, when I was little, when my mother and my father was living together, my father never went to church. I'm like, I want to stay home. You dig what I'm saying with him? I'm going to kick it with him. He doesn't have to go to church. Why I gotta go? Shut up, I'm your mother. You're going to church. You dig what I'm saying? And then I really thought about it, and I was just like, if I wasn't made to go to church, would I go? And I really thought about this at a very young age. And that's when I seen other people that practice religions and beliefs that was based upon what their parents kind of not forced on them, but kind of forced on them. I don't want to say it so harshly, but basically they really it was something that they was born into and something that they followed blindly to a certain extent without doing too much research on. And that is almost the plight of a lot of black people currently. We was taught this. It must be the truth because the person that birthed this gave it to us, and that's it.
Yeah, but you can believe in God and not religion.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. You can be spiritual.
Right. And how is that true? Let's work it out like this amongst the brothers. Let him show and prove that statement that you can believe in God and not be religious. I'm listening.
I mean, I believe that we got here by some way. You know, I don't think that we just appeared. There had to be a beginning of everything. Now, you know, everybody has a different view or philosophy or thoughts or facts, quote unquote, on how that occurred. The name God was, that was passed down to me. It works for me.
Okay. So you like somebody, you just hard-headed. You keep getting pounded. You keep watching brothers and sisters get pounded around the world, right, subscribing to this idea, and you think you can do something different with it. So here's the point right here. Check this out, right? No such thing is I can have God without religion, because the first place you learn about God is in religion. Only place you ever learned about God, right, was in the Bible, and the key figure in the religion in the Bible is God. So how can you throw away the religion but yet keep the key figure in the religion? Absolutely makes no sense.
Well,
and just
like I
because you think it's the way we appear, let me make my point. And just because you figuring we just didn't pop up out of nowhere, right? Why did it have to be a God? See, that's the point. Why did it have to be racism, white supremacy that did it? Because God is a cultural container. It contains ideas and concepts. It has a time stamp on it. Like, we can literally look back when people start using the word God. We can literally stamp, right, geographical region where that word was created. And all the religions do the same thing. So if we say Allah, right, we can go back to a people called the Arabs. And then we can look at the landmass where these groups, right, where they circled the term God, right, where they galvanized themselves under that term, right, in Saudi Arabia at a particular time, 570. We can do the same thing amongst the Jews. We can go back to Israel, Palestine, Judea, right? And we can say when they first started dealing with Yahweh, Middle East, identifying geography. We can do the same thing amongst the Christians. Languages in Greek, amongst the Greeks. Where they was first called Christians was in Syria, Antioch. None of these places are Africa. So my thing is, why is it that we think that the idea and concept that they came with is the reason for us being here? I am telling you, based off of the great Dr. Ben, John, Henry Clark, Shikanti, Diop, Phil Fowbanger, it was our mother and our fathers is why we're here. And if you want to go into a deeper explanation, then we would have to deal with science. And under no circumstance does science say there was a God.
All right, well,
but,
school us. How do we get here?
You got here from your mother.
You know what I mean? Not literally how did I get here personally, but just mankind.
You mankind evolved. And that's another conversation. It's called evolution. So I would ask the brothers on the panel, how many of y'all agree or disagree with evolution?
I can agree that things evolve. I can agree to that.
Okay,
same way viruses evolve, things evolve. So I can't say that the people haven't evolved because I don't know.
Okay.
But I do know evolution is a proven fact.
Yeah, evolution is a proven fact. I mean, just for a quick example, we could talk about giraffes. You know, to basically get the food that they need, that they eat, they evolved that where their necks grew to basically survive. That's a way you can look at evolution as well. These things actually do happen.
Wait for the last breath.
I'm sitting here in my mind like, wow, you know, I don't think anybody really has ever asked me what I think of evolution. I'm kind of on the fence because we have evolved, you know, and you can see that in anything.
You know why you're on the fence? Because God is running around in your head, a German term. But when we deal with evolution, watch this. When we deal with evolution, it's taking you back to Africa. As a matter of fact, the symbol of the real black atheist is Kepra. And I had the brothers that read the glyphs of the Meta Nature. They will certainly tell you that the term absolutely means things transform and evolve. And so the first understanding of how things come into being is amongst the Nile Valley Africans that talked about Kepra. And so the funny part about it is the nature or the force of nature that brings things into being, right, is Kepra, which is a dung beetle. And you might ask yourself, well, why is that the symbol of evolution, the dung beetle? Well, the dung beetle is the most diverse species on the planet. Over 300 million different species, right, of dung beetle. They're the most diverse. And so they study this to understand evolution. And I'm saying modern science uses dung beetles, right, to understand evolution. Wow. So why is it that the Nile Valley Africans use the dung beetle? Because they were scientists and they lived in forests, right? They lived in open savannas, right? And they studied dung beetles to understand transformation and change. But the only way you can really get that is to get the elephant in the room out of your damn mind. African people never used the term God. God was a Germanic tribal word. Go to etymon.com. Look up the origin of it. And the funny part about, here's the funny part. We're going to do the funny thing here. Let's do the funny thing. This is the funny part.
Go ahead.
Watch this. This is real funny. Hold on. This is funny. Hold on. Let me get this right. This is what's funny. Now, we want to use the word God, and it has to be a word God. Okay. So let's go to etymology dictionary real quick. Let's play with the word God. Let's see if you're even using it right. Because I'm telling you, you're using it wrong. Because we go right back, it's God. Old English, ain't nobody on this phone, Old English. We don't even speak Old English, right? God, supreme being, deity, the Christian God, okay? Image of a God, God-like person. Watch this, from Proto-Germanic. Ain't none of y'all niggas on the phone, Germanic. Gutan, Cognic. Old Saxon, ain't none of us Old Saxon. Old Frisian, ain't none of us Old Frisian. We sure as hell ain't Dutch, God. Or High German, Old High German, Got, or German, Gut. Old Norris, Gu, ain't none of y'all niggas Norris. Gutan, right, it says from pi, Gut, right, that which is invoked. Okay, so now the Germans, the Norrish, the Saxon, the Proto-Germanics were talking about things that were invoked. Is that what we're talking about on the phone? No, watch this, cognate, Old Church Slavic, Zulu, to call, Sanskrit, huta, invoked, epithet, indria. It say from the root, gu, to call, to invoke. Watch this. But some trace pi, right? Guta, poured, the root, to pour libation. So these people were talking about to pour libation, right? So it's a source of Greek can, to pour. Also in the phrase kut or guya, poured earth, referring to a burial mound. Given the Greek facts in dramatic form may have referred to the first instant, okay, the imminent in the burial mound. The first instant, the spirit emanating in the burial mound. So they was talking about pouring something, right, when someone died in the burial mound. Is that what you're talking about when you say that? Is that what's running around in your head? No, not no, but hell no. So they don't even use the word like it was used. And I understand words change over time. But they're changing over time in cultures that have enslaved and murdered African people. It's the cultural identifier. Culture is the most important thing. So now I just hit you with the prerequisite. Now let's get into what we're really talking about here. We're talking about why, the root of understanding African culture. Because God embodies culture. What is culture? Culture teach you how to think, why to think, and what to think. Culture teach you how to spend your money. Culture teach you how to protect yourself. Culture teach you how to identify your enemy and how to identify your friend. Now you see the elephant in the room. That's why we not identify white people as the enemy. We do not identify where to spend our money. Why? Because we live the European culture, and it makes you identify with them. That's why we spend millions on Nike and millions on Adidas and millions on shoe companies that aren't even owned by black people, because the culture teaches us to spend money with them. Why else would you spend $1 billion annually amongst the Koreans? Because the culture teaches you that. The European culture teaches you to accept them into your community. All your money and drain it to a hood. They take all your money, $1 billion, and they put none back. The culture teaches you that, to allow the Arabs into your community. Support them. Take all the money out, send it overseas, and say, fuck you. It teaches you that. It teaches you that you are the largest consumers in the world. That's a bad habit and the recipe for disaster. Support yourself or die is the basic understanding you will get if you just spend one summertime in your backyard and watch the ants. The ants are mighty in the backyard. You know why? Because they work together. They be the smallest thing in the backyard, but they work together. They support themselves. The resources are gathered for their community. They work together, and they build together. You kick the ant mound down, and they back to building that shit again. But they support themselves. The black community is this. We get our check. We get home. We go to the Mexican check casting spot. We go to the food market owned by the Koreans. We go to the Whole Food Market owned by the Jews. We go to the toy store. We go to McDonald's. We go back home. We pay the cable bill. And none of the money has went back into the community. And then you get mad when the police come in and shoot your ass down. Why do the police come in and shoot your ass down? Because you have called the Romans in, because you have no control of the community, because you have no fucking money to have control of the community. You couldn't pay nobody to protect your community because you're fucking broke. Why are you broke? Because you do not support yourself. Support yourself or die. This is basic instruction on how to be and why it's important to stay connected to the root. They have uprooted us, and it was slavery that uprooted us. And not only slavery that uprooted us, it was the religion, which was the tool. It was the tool it was the shovel that dug in the ground and derooted us. That's why I can't fuck with Islam, Judaism, or Christianity. Because in all their books, they say it's okay to enslave the pagan. They're worthless. They make you turn your back on your ancestors and glorify and venerate their ancestors. Abraham, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Matthew, Mark, Luke, which is crazy as hell. But you venerate their ancestors, but on your own. How in the hell do you expect to make it in a world that is totally dependent on understanding where you came from? The world we live in is dependent on how well you stick together with those who think like you, with those who look like you.
Well, let me ask you a question right quick. And I know you kind of explained it to me.
Let's let that marinate for a minute. That's a marinating moment right there.
That's a marinating moment.
Yeah. But go ahead,
I really want to know is the differences between, like you say, the real black atheists.
That's right.
Can you explain the difference between the real black atheist and Joe Blow the atheist?
Man, let me see. Let me do this real fast. Love that question. Right? I get asked it 100 times, right? Get my glass work on. Okay? So let's get this straight.
Do.
Everybody on this phone know damn well whenever you say atheist, the first thing popping in your head is a crazy white motherfucker that don't believe in God. Right? You can walk around and ask anybody that. Okay? Facts.
Right.
So why in the hell is Unc even using that word? He's African. I don't get it. Goddamn, I'm confused. But what he's saying makes sense, but I'm confused. Well, let's wash out the confusion. Let's come to the book Stolen Legacy. Greek Philosophy, Stolen Egyptian Philosophy by George G.M. James. All right, let me see. Get the page here, right? And we're going to figure out what's the difference, okay? Let me get, I got it marked in here somewhere, right? 1 second.
While you do that, I want to let our callers know. I know we got people holding on and want to ask questions, but I definitely want to take advantage of the greatness that we got on the phone. So it's going to be a little while before we get to some questions, all right? So just bear with us.
Let me get this. Okay. Got it. We're going to come to page 29. Y'all can get the PDF. Y'all can go online to, it's called, it's not Ancient Scripts. I'm not quite sure. But you can get the PDF. And by the time the end of the show comes out, I'll show you where you can get all this from, right? Okay.
All right.
Now we're on page 29. It says, the circumstances of identity between the Egyptians and the Greek system, right? And it goes down to A. It says, the indictment and persecution of Greek philosophers, right? Remember the title of this book now. The title of this book is Greek Philosophy is Stolen Egyptian Philosophy, right? Y'all got to keep that in top of your head right there. The indictment and persecution of the Greek philosophers is a circumstance which is familiar to us all. Several philosophers, one after another, were indicted by the Athenian government on the common charge of introducing strange divinities. Anaxagoras, Socrates, Aristotle received similar indictments for a similar offense. The most famous of these was against Socrates, which reads as follows. Socrates commits a crime by not believing in the gods of the city. I'm going to say this again. Socrates commits a crime by not believing in the gods of the city. So then what was he believing in? Well, if you understand that Greek philosophy is stolen African philosophy, then obviously he must have been studying in Africa. And when he's studying in Africa, when these Greek philosophers study in Africa, they come back with something totally different. And they charge him with a crime of going against the gods of the city. So when I say I'm an atheist, a real black atheist, atheos, I'm against Greek culture, ritual homosexuality, murder and pillage of African people. I'm against the gods of the Romans. I'm against the gods of the Muslims. I'm against the gods of the state-sponsored religion in North America, which is Christianity. I'm against that because that's the things that enslaved us. So we all should be real black atheists. But let me finish. Gods of the city. Introducing other new divinities. Yeah, you know what the new divinity was? That they were starting to put natural explanations for phenomenons. Like no longer was a volcano, God was mad. You know in the Bible, Moses talks to God on the mountain, and God can never come off the mountain. And the goddamn mountain was on fire. So this is what I want to tell you. If God can't come off the mountain ever, and the mountain is on fire, 2015, it's definitely a damn volcano. But if you don't understand what a volcano is, understanding the environmental pressures that occur underneath the earth that pushes up volcanic ash, lava, you will think that something was mad at you when that ash and when that heat came out and burned you. You would think something was mad at you and killed you. But let me finish. He also commits a crime by corrupting the youth. How, in order to find out what these new divinities were, we must go back to a popular opinion. Let me move down. Clear then that Socrates offended the Athenian government simply because he pursued the study of astronomy and probably that of geography, and that the other philosophers were persecuted for the same reason. But the study of science was a required condition to membership in the Egyptian mystery system, and its purpose was the liberation of the soul from the ten bodily feathers. And if the Greek philosophers studied the science, then they were fulfilling a required condition to the membership in the Egyptian mystery system. So now we see what happens to you when you come back to your house, to your mother, your grandmother, your great-grand-grandmother, your aunts and uncles, and start talking about evolution. They're going to say, nigga, you're an atheist. That's the same thing the Athenian government did to the Greek philosophers. And so we have Thales. He's one of the first Greek philosophers. He started the first school of science in Ionia. And the philosophers I just mentioned, they learned from Thales. And so at the end of the day, I'm against the state-sponsored religions. I'm atheist. I'm anti-Greek God. I'm science, because the word science comes from Kemet, Shisha, which is a woman. So the word science comes from a woman in Africa, because she's the first scientist. So when you anti-science, you're anti-women. And when you're anti-women, you're pro-homosexuality. And if you're anti-women, you anti-black man. Because the black man and the black woman came in the beginning together. And if you're anti-black man and anti-black woman, then you're anti-family, which is the oldest institution on the planet. The oldest institution on the planet is the African family. Now, family is not a male and a female. That's not a family. That's a partnership. Partners. But a family is when the union comes together and have baby and child. And so if you're against the black man and the black woman, then you're against the family, then you're against black women and black children and black men, then you're against Africa. And if you're anti-African, then you're against Africa. And if you're African, you're anti your damn self, and now you will create hoods. You will murder yourself. You will create gangs that will murder yourself. You will fight over pennies on a dollar outside on the corner, because I did that, and I did it well. While you allow the Koreans and the Arabs and the Europeans and the Jews to make millions in the stores, and you allow them to operate with impunity while you kill your brother for pennies on a damn dollar and allow them to take millions out of the community, causes the community to become a hood. Any questions?
I'd like to expand on what you said. You said we identify with them, and who do they support, and who do they use in the views? And I'm thinking, like, why would I align myself with people who don't have my best interest in mind along with theirs, but also want to benefit off my joy and pain? And like you said, we need to address the elephant in the room and stop ignoring it. It's a mentality that we have to shape. And that book, it was Stolen Legacy. That's one of the books in my library. I haven't reached it yet, but I will say that I read one page in that book, and in that one page I learned enough to. I was having a debate with this dude, and I gave him the work, just off that one page, and it's definitely important, that we tap into our history and learn it, because it's power.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I do want to say this. Man. I feel the same way. I probably won't be able to elaborate it as deep as Brother Ankh did, but I will say this: why? I mean, I believe in Stockholm syndrome as far as us as a people in the community. And what I mean by that is we love our oppressors to the point that we let them dictate what is popular to us. And they don't give a damn about us, And I will say this. I will make a quick example. Just say that you have somebody that that's in your community that opens up a corner store, just a regular corner convenience store, whatever. They play lottery in there and all that. And you tell another black person, you should shop here instead of going to the Koreans. They would literally turn into store inspectors, like how many light bulbs in here? Is there any roaches in here? Why should I spend with him just because he's black? But then you would not even question what you're spending your money on when you go into Walmart, when you go into Target, when you go into Burlington Coat Factory. None of these things. You will not question that at all. But if I tell you to go into a black store, you're going to say, why? And it's very heartbreaking, almost. You know, they'd be like, well, why does he charge so much for this? Or why do I have to pay for this? And you don't question. I mean, me, at one point in time working in retail, I know what they do with some of the stuff that they have in the back that they sell in the back of Target. They throw that stuff around, kick it around on the floor. Most of the stuff doesn't even work, is defective, and we don't question that at all. Why do you think that we do that as a people towards each other?
Well, let me finish the answering of the question of what's the difference between an atheist, a black atheist, and a real black atheist. All right? I took y'all back to the origin and how the term was originated. It was originated, right, and put on people who was really bringing an African philosophy. Okay? So we got that straight. Now, an atheist totally disrespects African culture and does not care to even delve into the fact that the African created science and that what they perceive to be God ain't God at all. It's just natural principles in nature. That's an atheist. Now, a black atheist, he has no concern for black culture. He wants to be white, but he want to be black and call himself black, but he wants to think like a white man completely. And he also disrespects Africa. But he know he's black, so he calls himself a black atheist. Now, a real black atheist is those who understand where science and technology was created, stands the merit in following and understanding African culture and adding on to the culture. So a real black atheist understands the plight of African people, and we wear it on our chest because we use real black atheism to diffuse the lie that's running around our head that some God somewhere in the Middle East gave birth to African people that predate any of their stories by at least 250,000 years. So that's the difference between a atheist, black atheist, and the real black atheist. Now, the question you just asked, why is it that we treat ourselves like that? Here's the solution. The solution is understand your culture. Watch this. Now, I explained exactly what God was. It's a cultural identifier that embodies, right, the culture. So I say to that, for your God to live, their God must die. Translation. For your culture to thrive and survive, their culture must die. You got to get it out of your head. That's why the Mexicans can come over here. Although they speak Spanish, which ain't even their original language, they still carry their culture with them. That's why they set up stores, because they got some of their culture. Remember, slavery is like an eraser on a blackboard. So you write down the codes on how to be African, and the eraser is slavery. And so they erased all of that. They dug you up, and they downloaded the virus of racism, white supremacy. And the needlehead is God. So God is the tip of the needle, right? And the stuff in the needle is a religion. And they inject the culture into you, and you fight for them like hell. You went to World War II, you went to Vietnam, you beat your own self, you did all these things, right? Because you lived their culture. So like Asa Hilliard said, he said, don't let them forget before he passed. It's a cultural war. Like the sister tell me all the time, Sister Kim, she say, the revolution won't be televised. I say, but why? She say, because the shit is in your head. It's in your mind. So your mind got to get right. And we wonder why everything we do be fucked up. Because we try to do new things, but we bring the garbage and the trash with us. We still want to be a little bit Christian. I'm a little bit Muslim. I just know there's got to be a God. You're really saying I live in fear of being African. I'm like John Henry Clark. I'd rather go to hell with the truth than to heaven with a lie. Whew, black African power. What's the next question?
African power.
Before we get to the next questions, hold on one second, Sean. I want to make sure that y'all know y'all tune in to My Skin Is My Stand on Blog Talk Radio. And please, if you don't know, go support Nagast Footwear. If you tuned in to the Conscious Olympics, our winner received a pair of shoes from them. They are some nice shoes. Make sure you check out the Armageddon War Conference in New York on December 13th. I believe the doors will be open at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to make sure. We got a couple of callers, too. If y'all want to take some calls.
Yeah, let me say this real quick, man. Man, those symbols on the Nagast Footwear is powerful.
Yes.
Very powerful. You know, and I just like to give thanks to the founder of the company, Brother Tariq Evans. So you can go to the website, www.sneakerscustom.com. Okay? Or you can also go to the AmarawSquad.org. Get your shirts and your shoes to match, right? But the symbol is the symbol of Africa with a fist. And the shoes is called RBG, Revolutionary but Gangster. Right? We tired of niggas selling the culture. It's our turn. Because when they run their shoes, right, they promote their culture. British Nikes, Reebok, use the British flag, and we know the British Empire, right, conquered indigenous tribes all around the world. They say the British Empire was so large, right, that the sun would never set on it. What they was really saying was they murdered indigenous people so much that they robbed and pillaged their land to the point where they owned all of it. The Queen of England owns the most land. Look it up. Still to this day. We're just a colony of them. United States. And so we talk about the shoes, right? We talk about Adidas. Who is Adidas? Well, we know the only reason we know Adidas was because of Jesse Owens, right? That during World War II, okay, during the Olympics, he won 5 gold medals. So who supplied the shoes? Smart cracker, German, Adolf. His name was Adolf.
That's real talk. That's real talk. That's real talk.
Shoes. Nigga won 5 gold medals, and every year since then, they sold over 200,000 pairs of goddamn Adidas. So who was Adolf? Him and his brother that started the company, they both joined the Third Reich. Racism, white supremacy. Look it up. You can go to their website, it'll tell you that. You can go to Wikipedia, look at the references, they'll tell you that. And so his brother, you know, they had differences, living in the same town. They broke away. So what shoe company did his brother start? Puma. So we all buy Pumas and we all buy Adidas. So we all support racism, white supremacy. And you wonder why you lose. You lose because you feed the beast. You literally feed racism, white supremacy, and we all do it. Look down at your feet. You got on Adidas and Puma and Nike. You're supporting racism, white supremacy. You're feeding the beast. Go look in your closet. All the clothes you got, all the designers you got, you're supporting your destruction on a regular basis. And you don't even know it. And so we look at Nike. What is the symbol of Nike? Nike is actually a Greek goddess. And so you wear the goddess, the Greek goddess, on your feet. And you know how they got famous. The Negro, married to a white woman, Michael Uncle Tom Jordan. You know, now that was my man when he was playing ball, when he had the sisterhood. The nigga was great when he woke up in the morning and the first thing he looked at was the black woman. He was great with the black family. But the nigga just fell off.
Camille,
but
I
Nike
think it's her
became
name.
famous based off of him.
Yes,
so
they did.
My point being is, hold on, let me finish this. My point being is, we have designed the shoe with the symbol of Africa on it, and it's a beacon to the family to let them know we on the move down. Support yourself or die. Right? We also have a cartoon, and the cartoon addresses We call it animated lessons. Animated lessons. Mel Trek. Okay? Get the cartoon.
Where can we check that out at?
Man, you can go right on. You can go to Anime Productions on Facebook, right? You can go to the Raw Squad store, right, and get the animated lessons. Type in Anime. Type that in. And I'm just telling you, man. So we're addressing the issue. So I'm not just talking the talk. I'm fucking walking the walk, man.
Hey, all respect, brother. I mean, because that's something that we need. We have a lot of armchair revolutionaries, or whatever you want to call it out here, and I like to be on the ground surface as well myself. I do know that we have a caller, so I have a question for you, but I'd rather us get to the caller first, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, we're gonna take 8937 right quick. What's good, fam?
Peace. I'm just listening. Peace.
Oh, you pressed 1, man. So I thought you had a question or a comment. My bad.
Okay. Do we have any more callers?
Yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, we do. I'm gonna get to 0536 right quick. And Sean, I can hear a little wind over there. But if you have a question or a comment, you got to press 1. Okay. 0536. What's good, fam? You on with Brother Ankh?
What's going on, family? How's everybody doing? It's Damo calling in.
Yeah, good evening, brother. How you feeling?
Black African Power, brother.
Hello? Damo?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, the Ankh was dropping that knowledge. Ankh is very deep, man. If y'all don't know about Ankh, y'all need to check him out. He got his radio broadcast. I mean, he's always live. I heard him earlier on Sinetta TV, dropping that knowledge. He's always dropping it. Check out that Mel Trek anime that he's talking about. They got little clips of it going on. And Jobs, I know y'all would like it because in that Mel Trek, he's rapping the knowledge to the people. So it's really good for the youth because he's rapping, walking through Africa, talking about the different things, the gold, what was going on. So it's really catchy for the youth. And I want to drop that about Mel Trek and say, Ankh, keep doing your thing, brother. Black African Power, I'm a Raw Squad up. And big up to everybody listening. He's dropping knowledge. And what he say, just don't believe what he say. Go look it up. Go research it. Ankh is always talking about where's your evidence? Where's your primary evidence? Where'd you get that from? Where'd you hear that from? Do your research on it. And Black African Power, everybody.
No doubt, man. Respect, bro.
You, man. Appreciate your call, too, man.
I'm glad that he touched on that. Before I get to my question, I'm glad that he did touch on that because I threw out a question that I knew what the answer was already going to be, but I basically asked for where he was born and raised at because I live in the same city, and I want to know where I can link up with this brother personally. You dig what I'm saying? Everything just isn't just for likes or to be on the air. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm a face-to-face type of person. You dig what I'm saying? So I would love to just chop it up and just to listen. I'm a younger brother, you feel what I'm saying? And I like to build.
Right.
No.
Look, I'm in Atlanta right now, but we got a division, man, down there in Baltimore, man. Brother Netta Neb and Dr. Mayat, the actual producer of the cartoon, man. And they're going to be starting the classes down there, man. So you need to link up with them, man. Get in touch with me. We can link up. I'm going to be coming through. I'm going to be teaching some classes, man. I love Baltimore, man. As a matter of fact, man, I teach the way I teach because of the destruction that I brought to the city. I'm giving back to the young brothers, man. You know
I feel the same way.
I've been shot up twice in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Could have lost my life, man. Been strung out on drugs. As a matter of fact, I was homeless before. I lived in the alley in a car. In the snow.
Wow.
Winter, summer. You feel me, man? I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, and all I want is the people to feel me. So I don't look down on nobody because I can dine with kings and waddle with bums because I was a bum. Now, I was the best bum. Don't get it fucked up. I was the best bum. I was a top-notch bum.
You was a top-notch bum?
Top-notch bum. Yeah, I ran all the bums. You call me the head, whatever.
He talking real talk.
Call me. I was that dude. You know what I'm saying? But when I ran the ball, nigga, I ran the ball. So when I got money, nigga, I got money.
Right.
On all levels, yo, it's about winning and moving forward. So that's why I go so hard on this level. And then, maybe later on in the show, I'll tell you why I started Raw Squad. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm going to definitely get your information, you feel what I'm saying, or more information, basically, so I can link up with brothers, you feel what I'm saying, likewise with the same type of mentality that I have. You dig me? So now I'm going to get into my question. This is something that really settled my brain for probably like the past 2 months. And this is coming from left field. But I always hear when we talk about white supremacy, we know white supremacy exists. We know what it is, we know what it costs, and we know what it's capable of, and we know that it's systematic. And someone said that us as black people need to practice black supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your definition of black supremacy if we was to start that or basically support it?
I don't even know what black supremacy is to control. That's not even in the African mind to control everything, man. We ain't even control the
correct,
man.
Correct. Because,
so
we're loving people.
That.
Basically, if we're going to be in a position of power, we have to support each other. That's what white supremacy does. They support each other. But I do agree with you. Oh,
they do it to the detriment of others, though.
Yeah, correct. And that's what I was just about to say. Supporting each other, I think that's something that we can do. But as far as like trying to suppress other people or oppress other people, that's something that never been in black people's hearts and spirits.
Yeah, that's inhumane.
Exactly.
The only thing that Africans did was taught the world how to be human, man. That's the only. We didn't teach the world about God, man. Let's get that straight. We didn't teach the world about God. Taught them how to be human. We taught the world what it meant to be human. And all the trials and tribulations and all the ups and downs that at the end of the day, are you your brother and sister's keeper? That's what we taught the world. So to say I'm a supremacist, and all that, that's a bunch of bullshit. Because Mother Nature gives everybody everything. Whether you white, green, Chinese, Mother Nature, it rains. It snows. Food grow everywhere. So we learned early on in human affairs, right, that we had something to take care of self first, and then anything left over, we look out for the other people. But you got to understand that. You got to understand that just because I know you're human, that don't mean I'm going to let you in your house. Because we could talk about the Masi and the destruction of the black civilization. We could definitely talk about that. Page 215, page 214, page 210. Matter of fact, page 209, and the destruction of the black civilization, the remarkable Masi. I charge everybody to read that chapter.
That is,
yeah, man. We never was just take everything, and even when we was fighting against each other, and even when we would quote unquote appear that we took their land, we would allow the people land, the people that we conquered, we would allow them to still have ownership over their land and make decisions with their land. We never said you gotta deal with our cultural identifying factors. We never did that. That's a white boy thing to make you start believing in their God or their Jesus or their thing. That's some white boy shit. That's why Egyptians would have foreign deities in their pantheons. This is
totally
easy
correct.
to understand if niggas take their time. Go ahead, brother.
I think it was a book that was read. I cannot pronounce his name properly because he has an African name. Oluwa. I know Sean knows who I'm talking about.
Over to Shaka.
No, his name was Oberlin. I can't pronounce his name, but he wrote a book about the difference between slavery back in Africa and the slavery in America. And the difference was, we had indentured service in Africa or whatever because we conquered their land, but they still went to school with our kids. Their kids went to school with our kids. They ate properly. We never beat them or any of these things. We're just not people that are inhumane or just people that just want to dominate everything. So when he said that he got on the slave ship and went to America, he said they was raping them, killing them, throwing them off the ship, all of these other things. And this is eyewitness contact of basically how he was speaking on these two different types of slavery. So to basically bring it back to the point that I was talking about black supremacy, I never looked at it as though is we should basically try to oppress an entire novel race of people, hurt them, kill them, like force false ideologies on them or any of that. When I thought about it, I just looked at it as we should support each other, because that's one
you
of
make
the.
a good point. Get the book by Philip D. Curtin. Right? He wrote the book, The Rise and Fall of the Plantation Complex, Essays in Atlantic History. I'm going to say it again. Philip D. Curtin, The Rise and Fall of the Plantation Complex, Essays in Atlantic History. And he exactly talks about what exactly the differences was between Islamic enslavement, European enslavement, and the system that the Africans had. It was really an introduction system. To take people with foreign cultures, before they let you into the culture, you had to go through a year of understanding the culture. And then once you was understanding the culture, right, then you could go on your merry way and live in the culture. You could become high officials in the culture. Easy work. So, you know what I'm saying? And then, so at first, right, we wasn't practicing that type of slavery at all. Not even in Egypt. They have yet. Get the book by Smash Rockwell's, Jonathan Owens. Get that work. It's called The Handbook for the Conscious Community. The Magi, The Handbook for the Conscious Community. And he addresses this.
I'm making sure I write all this down.
I was about to say, I hope the family, I hope y'all out there, I got y'all pens, y'all pads, and taking notes, because the brother is dropping references for y'all to go and check and do and get the knowledge and do the work, and that's what it's about. That's what we have to do to address.
Oh, I'm sorry. His name was Oluwa Ibn Yahweh. That was his name. Am I correct, Sean? Because you know who I'm talking about, right? That wrote the book about.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. It's important for us to get that, to do the work, get the research, get the knowledge, so we can know who we are and move correct.
Hey, do me a favor, brother. Do me a favor.
Yes.
Do me a favor. I got the sister on the line from Baltimore, Dr. Mayat, the author of the cartoon. Not the cartoon, the lessons, the animated lessons.
Yeah.
See her? She should be in queue.
Oh, okay. You know, is our last four digits 8491?
I think so.
All right, let's get her in right quick. What's good, fam?
Hotep and Black African Power Warriors, how are you?
Black African Power.
I hear you going in, brother. Armor Raw Squad up, King.
Armor Raw Squad up, sis.
I heard you guys teaching. I kept on just thinking to myself, they need to let me in. I was waiting for you all to open my line up because you were dropping jewels and teaching on how, you know, the difference between European slavery and African slavery. And you guys are 100% on point with your resources and your references, that it was a totally different type of enslavement. You know, when we had, and I don't even like calling it slavery in Africa. It wasn't slavery in Africa. Like you said, it was a service. I may have worked for your tribe or your family for a certain amount of years, and then I may have gone on about my business, but it wasn't a slavery. You know, when you think of slavery, you think of brutality, you think of rape, you think of colonization, you just think of, you know, harsh treatment of a people, and that's not what it was. Over in Africa. In fact, when you were an indentured servant, you still had rights. You had a say-so in the king who was going to be king. In fact, another good book that touches on that is Civilization or Barbarism by Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop. He talks a little bit about that, about the difference between, you know, European slavery versus, you know, I guess servitude. I'll call it servitude in Africa. So he definitely touches on that in his book. But I heard you guys discussing Meltrek and the importance of knowing yourself, and I opted to start with the children, and that's why I produced Meltrek. I want to educate the children on who they are. So I look at, have you brothers seen the movie Sankofa? Do you all remember the movie Sankofa?
I have not.
Yep.
Oh, come on, Kings. It's a movie from like the 80s. Am I talking to some young brothers on the line?
Yeah, I'm still in my 20s. Yeah, I'm kind of young, but I'm focused. You know what I'm saying?
I said I'm young, but I'm focused. I hear you, King. I hear you. Well, check out the movie Sankofa. Brother Ankh, I know you know about Sankofa.
Yeah, I ain't never seen it, though, but I heard about it.
Oh, brothers, y'all got to Google the movie Sankofa. And a matter of fact, I will Google it while I'm on the telephone to tell y'all exactly. Kevin, Google it for me, Sankofa. I want to see exactly when it came out. But the movie is about a woman who, she was over at Elamina over in Ghana, and she was taking pictures in front of the slave castles. And she was looking at it like a joke. You know, she was just having a good time. She was taking pictures by the slave castles, just kind of making a mockery of what the ancestors went through. And so she ended up taking a tour of the slave castle, and she got shut in. And when she got shut in, she was sent back in time to experience what the ancestors experienced. So she experienced the Middle Passage. She experienced getting burnt. She experienced being raped and then working on a plantation from Kansas to Kansas. She actually went through everything that the ancestors went through. So Sankofa, I know that the word Sankofa itself means to return. I think it's a Twi. It comes from the Twi language or the Akan language, and it means to go back and return to. So essentially, she took a Sankofa. She went back in time to return back to self. So when I look at Meltrek, I think of Meltrek as a Sankofa for children, because essentially the name Meltrek, if you look at the name itself, Mel is short for melanin, Trek means journey. So we're taking you on a journey to understand the history and culture of a melanated people. So I'm looking at Meltrek like a Sankofa for little children. We're taking them back in time so that they can understand who they are and where they came from. So that's the whole objective of Meltrek. You know, we're trying to promote self-awareness, self-esteem, selfless service, and we're also trying to preserve African-American history because, as you guys may or may not know, social studies textbooks are currently being tailored to meet educational standards of state school boards, so they're altering our history right now. You know, they're taking out your Harriet Tubmans, your Frederick Douglasses. They're rewriting history. They're starting history at 1861. That's where they're starting history at 1861. And you and I know that our history goes back 250,000 years ago. So how the hell are you teaching our children about something that happened almost 150 years ago? So another objective of Meltrek is to preserve African American history. And our last objective is actually to promote positive images of African Americans into the national consciousness, and more importantly, onto our children. So those are the objectives of the series Meltrek, and it can be purchased at edanimeproductions.com or at almondrawsquad.org.
Can you spell out the first name you said?
Ed Anime Productions, that's spelled E as in Edward, D as in David, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, I as in Ice, M as in Mary, E as in everyone, that's Ed Anime, and then Productions with an S, PRODUCTIONS.com.
I actually got the link. I'm about to put it in the group. And to touch on Sankofa, it means to reach back to get in, you know, to fetch. And the movie came out in 1993, it says right
Yep,
here.
1993.
And it's on my list. It's on my list. I'm going to check that out now.
All right, cool.
And I know, Sean, you'll send me the link once you find it.
Hey, brother, she in Baltimore, man. Y'all gonna have to look her up, man. She part of the Armor Raw Squad. It's important for y'all to link up together, man, and look out for the queen, man. She got y'all. She's well studied. You know, she has that real doctorate degree, right? So she understands research methodology. She has a command of the history, and she's doing things. And so we must always connect ourselves with people that are not just, you know, stuck in the damn sand talking shit. We
That's
get
right.
enough of that dealing with the metaphysical community. When we were stuck for the last damn 15 years on some Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, Delbert Blair type shit, you know what I'm saying? Which was important because it taught us what hell not to do no more. They kind of broke away from the elders of Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, Chancellor Williams, James Smalls, Marima Annie, Bubba Baruti, Shigant Diaz, Theophile Banger. They gotten away from that and took us to the goddamn stars somewhere, right? They really took us back to religion, where you hope for a better place. Well, the only way you're going to make a better place, right, is set a foundation right here on earth. So you get with people that's moving and shaking, that's actually doing things, and that's what we're doing in Baltimore, man. It's a beautiful day.
Correct, man. I love to, I mean, because out of all the other co-hosts, Jobs and Sean, I'm based in Baltimore as well, and I just love surrounding myself around positive, intelligent people. Let me be the student. You feel me? I don't want to, like, even though I can, you know, speak my mind as well, I don't want to talk all the time. I want to listen. That's why I got 2 ears.
That's right.
Yeah, we all students, brother. We all students, brother. See, that's why I teach.
Queen?
I can't keep it unless I give it away.
That's right.
Queen, do us a favor, too. Reach out to us. Are you on Facebook, and we can friend you, and we can keep in contact?
Definitely. I'm on Facebook at Sister Dr. Mayat, and that's Sister Sista, and Dr. hyphen Mayat. But yeah, I'm on Facebook. And offline, I can make sure I give you guys my telephone number. Well, you guys have it, right? You're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
y'all going to have to get on the show, man. Get on the show and let the sisterhood rock out, man. It's important that we just not all male. Because, see, now we starting to understand what is needed. And, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, whenever the great black civilization got weak, it was the sisterhood that rose up. And so we're seeing that day now where you got the sister warrior scholars coming into effect, where they're not spooked out. They're not on candle magic. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to make shit happen. Feel me?
I mean, from a historical standpoint, man, our sisters always had our backs. That's why I put them on a pedestal. They always had our backs.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
so, yeah, man. She's an integral part of what we do. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, hey, it's important. Hit me with that next question.
I'm looking at it now. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I got wrapped up. I was looking up Sister Dr. Mayat. Go ahead, Sean.
I got somewhat.
Hold on, Sean. Before you do that, we are going to take another caller after this question. Just to let y'all know, I want to make sure that some of our callers get to ask the question too. And that commercial, that cartoon is nice looking too, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely.
It ain't the can't afford cartoon where shit be moving real slow. No, that's real.
Check it out when we get off the air.
Yeah, that's professional shit right there, bro.
Thanks, Kevin.
I want to ask, you know, what prompted you, you know, when you decided to go on your scholarship, what prompted you to research? Because this is a question that somebody asked me the other day, the second one. But the first one is, what prompted you to research Kemetic history? And the second one is, what will people benefit from subscribing to Kemetic history?
Let's get this straight, right? It's not Kemetic history. Kemet is just one small culture at the end of the Nile River, which is the longest river in the world, 4,100 miles. I'm a student of Kemet, right? But I really deal with Stone Age African cultures. I will be presenting at the Warrior Conference, Kemetic Warrior Conference, Stone Age African cultures that predate Kemet. And later on gave rise to Kemet. So it's important to understand the different pieces in the Sahara, South Africa, West Africa, that culminated based off of weather changing, right? In search of water, we find people ended up at the Nile. But by no means should we ever be stuck in Kemet. It's just one great African civilization. It's our last walk in the sun, so they say. Waiting for another great culture to rise, and I'm saying it really has risen, but racism, white supremacy would never tell you, and it's the great African-American clan that has arisen in the world. We brought great music, great architecture, buildings. I mean, look at all the inventions we gave the world. Let's keep it real. We're a great culture, but they don't tell you. They only show you the hood. They don't talk about the millionaire Gaskin. They don't talk about him. You know what I'm saying? First black-owned insurance company, Gaskin Construction. They don't talk about that. They talk about the shit when you. They talk about after you went through slavery. You know what I'm saying? And end up on the corner sniffing heroin. But they don't talk about, you know what I mean, the things you did before that. So we're still a great civilization. We got to start recognizing that, man.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
Africa is what I teach, not just Kemet. Man, we got a lot of culture to study, man. And and this is the beautiful thing about African culture and being an African. Because if you are religious or Christian, you can't change that shit. Jesus Christ died for your sins. Jesus Christ died for your sins. Jesus Christ died for your sins. You can't change it. If you change it, you ain't a Christian no more. But African culture is made to be changed and to be altered and to be fixed. It's scientific. It grows. And so it's 2015, so we will develop a culture that will put the force field around us, that will protect us from our enemies.
See,
that's why we study Africa, because we can take the best parts, and the parts we don't like, we can throw it away, and the parts that aren't applicable for today, we do not have to use them. That's why I study, and I suggest we study the all of Africa.
Cassetti, I remember I was listening to a thing the other day with Seti, and he was talking about how, you know, people always say, why do we go to Kemet? And this is, I kind of said the same thing he said to the person I was talking with. He said, why do people always ask, why do we go to Kemet? Because sometimes you gotta bring them to the big stones in order to bring them back down and now to the small stones. So I'm real excited to what you're gonna bring to the war conference, being that you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna go to the stone age of it. I'm looking real forward to this one. And I'm in New York, so I'm gonna try to make my way over there.
You gotta take that day
off.
You gotta make your way.
Day off.
Yeah, do that. And you know, me and Sonny go back and forth. He loves Egypt. You know what I'm saying? I love South Africa. I mean, but that's the same thing John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben did. They fought over which dynasty was the best. You know what I'm saying? I love South Africa and the tropical weather and shit. You know what I'm saying? So as I make my trek to Africa, I'm going to South Africa. I'm going to archaeological dig, right, and deal with the first symbolic thought. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to deal with the seed people that gave birth to the African American, that gave birth to the Egyptians, that gave birth to the Nubians. And I'm going to talk about that at the War Conference. So it's going to be a real powerful conference, man. I'm waiting to see what Polite bring. He going to bring, you know how Polite do. He bring it to make you scratch your head, and you be like, God damn. Fuck that young nigga do that like that. And you know, then you know what I mean? You like, damn, that nigga fucking, the words he using, get out your dictionary and shit. Nigga super smart. And then Seti, in general, he gonna be coming woofing. He gonna be talking shit. He gonna have niggas ready to go knock down a goddamn brick wall. You know what I'm saying? Man, and then Infadiza, the elder, leading the way.
Woo!
You know what I'm saying? And then in Gozi, that nigga come with the sign shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
How did you pick them?
Sisterhood, blessing this chick, Ned and Ned, this shit gonna be, man, it's gonna be off the chain.
Man,
I totally
love, man.
I totally agree with you, man. Like,
right quick. Hold on. Let me ask you this right quick, Brother Ankh. How did you choose the members of the Amun-Ra squad?
Man. Let's deal with that for a minute. I dealt with the best minds of our time. That's the point blank thing. I realized that the culture had been pseudolized. Niggas was on some pseudo shit. They was really teaching the new age shit that you can find in Barnes and Nobles and all those books, right? And I've been banging Africa at least 9 years on Blog Talk. Y'all can look that shit up. 2008, 7, right? I was, I had one of the first Blog Talk shows. Y'all can go check out a Liberation Union, man. He was on there banging, right? Then I was on the Lucky Love and Ankh show, banging, Conquer by Religion, Before Religion, The Order of Mayat, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm Raw Squad. And man, it got so hectic, me fighting by my damn self, man. I said, you know what, man? When I take everybody to this next phase, right, of real black atheism, I'm going to need a squad. I'm going to need a team of brothers and sisters that's the best they got, right? And to be honest with you, man, I've always been a person that could pick a good team. But the funny part about it is, man, you would have to come in and defeat me and give me the hardest fight of my life, right, to get on the squad. So you had to fight your way on the squad. Right? Make more
y'all got them tapes?
to join them, you know what I'm saying, and fight them. You better off being friends than foes. And so if you took your time, you could actually see how each member fought their way on the squad, battling Brother Ankh. But the key element is you got to love Africa. That has to be the key. That you would live for Africa, not die for Africa. Niggas always tell me they want to die for something. No, you would want to live for Africa, to see the next generation live for Africa. And so the squad was formed, man. And so we got linguists, and then, look, let me just skip to the best part. I'll never forget it, man. This little woman, contacted me. I'm coming down Atlanta. I said, okay. And I want to get it in with the Hebrew Israelite. I said, okay, let me help you. So I'm talking about Dr. Mayat. And we talking, right? And I said, are you a doctor? He's like, what? What? And we building, right? And I'm thinking I'm giving her information, right? And we got into the debate. She had a masterful presentation, you know what I'm saying, with the primaries, with just the information that was spotless and flawless, right? And she gave if the first round kicked off. So she used a little of the things I gave her, and it didn't kind of go right. Because the Hebrew was kind of, he was on fire in the first round. You know what I'm saying? And I was a little nervous. Not her. Get this straight. I'm sitting down in the corner a little nervous. She looked at me, pushed my hand out the way. Get out the way, nigga. I got this. And I promise you, this is a true story. And she commenced to give one of the greatest presentations I'd ever seen in my life. To beat she had Hebrews cheering her. She was on fire. By the time she finished the Hebrew, he looked like a Baptist preacher. Beat down.
That's cold, bro.
It was crazy.
Hey,
so that debate was one of the greatest debates I'd ever seen. This, I promise you that. So it was no way to deny her that. Warrior scholarship. So, I mean, and so we can go with Brother Assad, right? We fought all the time, back and forth. He a linguist. Now, he'll get you, because he a linguist, first-hand researcher. And you had to be sharp to deal with Assad. He'd be like, nope, that ain't it, because of this, that. Author of about 5 books, serious mind. Then you got Sendetti. I'll never forget the day Sendetti got me on the radio, and I made the mistake to go into a Wallace Burgess dictionary and messed around and tried to say that the word nigga was in there, and he got me. Nah, that ain't it, Unc. This is what it is. Bam, bam, bam. And I know when to back the hell off. I know when you got my motherfucking ass. See, I ain't like a lot of niggas that try to fight through the ass whip. I'm like, no, he won't get me, nigga. I hear you. And he was prolific in the way he translated. Let me finish, though. Had no choice but let him on. Then you got the Brotha Ankh. I had never seen, the only person that I ever seen come close to dealing with migrations of African people around the world, right, and understanding different tribal names, right, would have been Malachi York. And to see that young brother do that, I was amazed. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, man, he understood science. He had a degree in science. And he just was serious. As a matter of fact, we was fighting, cussed each other out, mad. We become the best of friends. So I got Dr. Mayat. I got Asar Hotep, right? What else I got? We got Son Jetty. So let's talk about the Magi. So the Magi was a fan of me way back when. And when he was ready to come out, he came out with a fury that couldn't be denied. He battled everybody on the squad. It's on video, you can see it. It's in writing, and nobody couldn't do shit with him.
They the type of people I love being surrounded by. You feel?
So hold on, I ain't finished yet. Hold on, where we at?
Got you.
That was Magi.
Hold on. So we had the Magi. That nigga beat niggas up. What you gonna do? He beat you up and kick down the door. Yeah, okay. Ain't shit you could do. Right? So you got Netanyahu from Baltimore. Y'all gonna meet him. Serious little dude. Wrote some books, and he was battling Asar on them. And they get him, he'll come back. He handling his business. And I'm saying, if a nigga can handle Asar on them niggas, dang. Really? Couldn't deny him. And then you got Uja'u. He writes the beginner's guide. The beginner's guide to Meta Nature. And he's serious with the language. And nobody could fuck with him with the language. With the Meta Nature. Serious. And his character was his son. And we debated back and forth. Y'all can go listen to the archives. Oh, man, y'all go back and listen to the shows. We going back and forth. Serious.
I'm going to check them out.
Can't deny it.
Check them out.
And then you got Ishmael Bey.
Yeah. I know who that is.
We started together. And we just fought in the trenches because we was on a liberation unit, right? He just fought in the trenches with me. We was the first niggas in BPC. Most niggas don't even know it. It was Seti, right? Ishmael Law, and me. And we was slaying them. So his pedigree was serious. So he the only one that had to fight his way on. We just fought together. So that's the squad. And let me not forget Shooting Neck, the sister. Man, she chopping niggas' heads off like you wouldn't believe it, was just crazy. Like you just had to sit back and just watch her just chop niggas' heads off. Crazy, madness. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, like cuss you out. I felt sorry one day. An Islamic brother came on with his wife. Oh man, he chopped them up. It was crazy. She chopped them up. It was bananas. And so, the squad was forged with fire, man. And it was forged with the love for Africa. And it was forged off of principles that were set forth by the wise old elders. That's why people can't get around us, because we keep it African and we stay undefeated. And as long as you keep it African, you will be undefeated in what you do. And we prove positive that a group of individuals is stronger than single individuals. And that's why everybody got to respect it. No, you don't have to respect us. You just can't disrespect us.
Hey, brother, I want to get you got another question, AJ? Or was that Sean?
I got one more.
Right.
If you had
we got a couple
name,
okay,
real quick. If you had to name what do you call that? A Mount Rushmore, 4 master teachers that helped you, that help mold you the most, or that you go back and listen to the most. A Mount Rushmore, 4 of them. Who would you name? Who would you put on there?
My mother, my father first, because without them, I don't even get here. to get the information. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better word, they would be that force in nature. I ain't gonna say God. They would be that force in nature, right, that brought me here. So I always start with them. But I would have to go with Dr. Ben, Real Black Atheist. Then I would have to go with Chancellor Williams, John Henry Clark, John Jackson.
That's a powerful. You know
what I'm saying? John Jackson, atheist. He's a natural atheist, man. Look at the video. He's a natural atheist. He said the Egyptians were natural atheists. You feeling me? So that's my Mount Rushmore, and then we gotta go with. Then we gotta go to next. Then we gotta go with contemporary, like Professor James Smalls, man. Like I had personal teachers from Professor James Smalls, man. He taught me how to deliver the message. He taught me how to get into a zone. He taught me how to study to show and prove. Then you gotta go with Leonard Jeffrey, the wise old elder. You know what I'm saying? And the list is, and then you gotta go from Remember Annie, Francis Cress Welsing. You know, a Charles Finch. You know, the best book to me is Destruction of Black Civilization. That's the best book to me.
I was gonna ask you that too.
And then you got to read Dr. Ben's book, Black Man and Now and His Family. Most niggas don't read it. And then Africa, the Mother of Western Civilization. Most niggas don't read it. And then you got to read Civilization and Barbarism, Anthropomorphic, an authentic anthropology. That's by Shigante Diop. So Black Man and Now and His Family, Africa, the Mother of Western Civilization, they Dr. Ben's books. The Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams, Great Issues in Race, from 4000 BCE to 2000. All right, that's my greatest book. Okay? And then you got to get Diop's work. When you on that, you in. And then we got the Amara Squad Study Manual. And all the books that the squad wrote is off.
I'm going to need that.
I mean, seriously.
I'm going to need that.
Yeah, all that. I mean, man. I mean, come on, man. Like, we not going to lose. Like, we got another 50 years. Like, the squad ain't going to never lose. I promise you this. I guarantee you that the squad will never lose. The same way Dr. Ben never lost, the same way Chancellor Williams never lost, the same way John Henry Clark and them never lost. You can't lose at Africa. Impossibility.
Right. Because you're speaking
no
on facts.
Force, hold on. No force on earth can defeat a unified African force. Any old force on earth can defeat a disorganized African force.
That's deep right there.
Hope y'all got y'all pen in your pads, because he just laid out the Brotha Ankh starter kit. So I hope y'all got y'all pen in your pads.
Right, because I got like literally like 2 pages worth of stuff written down, and my
Now
handwriting
Valley
ain't the best,
Constitution, Anthony Brotha.
It's gonna take me a while.
Easy work. So we can go to the easy work, man. You know, like the sister tell you, man, the Diop's work, you gotta keep the dictionary with you when you read his work. Dr. Ben, he write like he talk.
Just want to let y'all know we got about 10-15 minutes left. So definitely, before we even go any further and take another call, man, I want to say how much we appreciate you coming on and sharing your time with us, man, and your wisdom. Definitely was eye-opening, man, and definitely learned some things tonight. Truly, truly appreciate that, bro. And we want to make sure that y'all check out the website, myskinismysin.com. Check out the shoes, man, the Goss. Check out the Amon-Ra Squad. Check out Armageddon War Conference in New York on the 13th of December. I don't think I missed anything. Did I miss anything? Oh, check out All Black Everything. Meltech.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out. Matter of fact, not is it Mel? It's Meltrek.
Yeah. All Black Everything. You can find us on Facebook. Just type in all caps, All Black Everything. And chop up game with the family, man. You feel me? The same way as myskinIsMySin.com. You can find it on Facebook as well, man. We love chopping up game with melanated people and people that look just like us.
Man, make sure y'all subscribe, man, to the Real Black Atheist channel on YouTube. Real Black Atheist on YouTube, right? And then we got the Real Black Atheist Library. And then we got the Amara Squad. And we got the Black Vitamins. All right? Okay, important. Make sure you check out the group on Facebook, Vibrational Matters. Check that out. Strong Sister run that. Mr. Kim. Make sure you check out the Amara Squad study group. When y'all deal with those YouTube channels, man, whenever y'all look at the video, man, click on the commercial. When the commercial come through, don't bop, just click on it. All right? That's the advertising.
No doubt.
We should always do that. Yeah, always do that. You ain't got to watch them.
I do want to squeeze in another call or two.
Yeah, get them callers in, man.
All right, we're going to
beautiful black family in
right quick. 7624. What's good, fam?
Hotel.
7624.
Am I on?
Yes,
you are. You're on.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, man, how can we forgive our brother Steve Coakley single-handedly impacted the Boule? Not that temporary stuff you hear about the Boule related to entertainment. I mean, Steve Coakley brought it to the local level when you're trying to get a study group or get something going in some of these institutions, and you be figuring when you meet a brother that he might be welcoming to the idea of starting a historical study group or organized committee group, and all of a sudden he don't want to have nothing to do with you. I shut you down when you start getting momentum going, how Coakley exposed the Boule and single-handedly hindered the enrollment of those sororities, organizations that's on these campuses across the country. Well, now they're talking about they got to do a massive recruiting program. I heard you earlier talking about the culture.
That's one. That's one of Brother Ishmael Bader's on the Amara Squad teacher. He's not forgotten.
Caller?
Yeah. Now what you say again?
Oh, okay.
No, I was just saying. You were saying how could you forget Steve Coakley? I'm saying he's not forgotten. That's one of that's Ishmael Bader teachers.
Oh, without a doubt. But when he was talking about the culture, and I was looking at some of our assets. Chancellor Williams got into it. How a humanitarian attitude and welcoming all things that got a human shape and form to it. How he questioned it even himself, talking about that might be more of a liability than an asset. Especially when we're talking about a new culture and truly understanding who this beast, who this animal, this thing that got shape of a human, it might walk like a human and talk sometimes like a human, but it's not human. And science proved that, the Neanderthal man. But what I noticed in Chancellor Williams' book, 800 years ago by, and there would be no resemblance of that skullduggery. And their genetic mode always manifests itself to show it to be the beast that it is. And the reason why I bring that up is it's safe for us to have the humanitarian attitude in the position that we're in today. With the FEMA camps, the shrinking of the drinking water, with military ships and hardware, surround that with the goal of the beast. That's one. Should we have that attitude in developing the new culture? Because we damn sure got it in our culture here in America. And you're right, we do, as a nation, we contribute tremendously to science, technology, and advancement of humanity. This group right here in America. But with this day and age, I don't see that too much as an asset. Because that's what got us screwed up now. We're so concerned about all people.
Can I say something real fast, brother?
Sure.
I'd be remiss if I let you get away with an error you made. Right?
What's that?
And whenever I'm doing shows, man, I can't let certain errors go by. You kind of spoke of Neanderthal as if Neanderthal and white people was the same thing, or like white people might have came from Neanderthal. And I'm saying that's not scientifically true. That Europeans are Homo sapiens sapien just like you and me. And this would have to be true if we agree that the African man and woman is the mother and fathers of humanity. And if this is true, then the European, the Chinese, and everybody else will have to be our children. And they might be children that went astray, or might be children that don't recognize us, but we can't lie. We got to just tell the truth. They just live different cultures. They're children that live different cultures, and we have allowed the children to run the world. So how would it be that if your children in your house ran the world? It would be confusion. So now we understand what's going on. But absolutely, positively, white people are humans. They're mutants. That's exactly what science call them. They call them mutants. They're mutations. They're genetic mutation of the original Homo sapiens sapien. I just wanted to clear that up.
Okay, with that clear understanding, you know, and the children running the world, building FEMA camps. Right now, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, caller. I hate to cut you off too, caller. I hate to cut you off too, man. But we got about 5 minutes left to go on the show, man. I just want to make sure that you're aware of that, and that we do have one more caller we want to get to.
Okay, I'm gonna let you get that. Is it safe for us to have that same attitude? It sounds like, you know, they just going astray, and we just need to correct them. With our lives and our survival is on the right.
We want to have an African attitude. We want to be like Ramses and them. We want to be like the mafia.
Yeah, I heard you mention we want to live for it. Now I remember Khaled saying we want to kill for it. You know, and that's one of the brothers I would put in that Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we on the blog talk. Federal police, you crazy as hell.
Out of Detroit.
I ain't killing nobody.
I was in Detroit.
The views expressed by this caller does not represent my skin is my sin.
Yeah, nothing to do with us, bro. What I know.
You just not see that lady on YouTube running that motherfucking house talking that shit? Hell no. Man, shit.
We got
let them motherfuckers live, yo.
Right, man. Go check my joint out, bro.
The views expressed by this caller does not represent my skin is my sin, AJ, Sean, Don, or Joe.
Right first.
Or Brother
Keep it on the call, y'all.
No disrespect, brother.
Oh, damn.
We stealing Mr. Gilmore property. See what I'm saying? Don't forget that. Shit, boy, man.
Y'all made the brother hang up, man. Might have been the knock at his door.
Man, them niggas ain't tough, man. Them niggas ain't tough. Nah, nigga, I ain't tough. Nah, nope.
I tried to be. I'm just kidding, bro.
You can have it, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
You can have it.
You can have that.
Brother Ankh.
Don't charge a machine gun hell, nigga, by yourself.
We got one more caller, man, if you want to take that before we wrap it up. It's up to you.
Oh, you get that caller, man. I like the people, man. People inspire me to want to go harder.
I can see. We're going to get to 5456 right quick. Oh, and before we do that, if you are not currently in our call queue, you're not going to be able to call up. You know, but we'll take as much time as he's willing to give us. So we're going to get to 5456 right quick. What's good, fam?
Peace, brothers. This is Brother Sharif. Thank you all for taking my call.
Oh, no doubt,
bro. What's good, Brother Sharif?
What's up, man? I wanted to give a shout-out to Brother Ankh because I saw the video on YouTube, how I saw, entrepreneurs creating a shoe. So salute to you all for creating the shoe, man. I look forward to doing some either distribution deal or basically, at least getting my pair. So I salute to you guys for creating the shoe, man. I think it's great price and a good product, man. So salute to you all for that.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. So, when I first heard that you was going to come on this episode, I was like, man, is this brother going to kick just Africa and just kick it like that? But I'm just a young brother, and I really focused a lot on the economic side and the business side, so that's why I really commend the shoe aspect. And I'm all for people staying in their lane. So is your situation where you created a team that's more of like the reservoir of knowledge and library for our people to know specific things about what quote-unquote Kemet or Africa in general, to hold on to that heritage? Is that your team's main mission, or you guys have broader goals? And if you could you even, tell us some of your future endeavors, if you could, please?
Say it again.
The whole thing, brother?
God damn.
Nah, sum it up. Sum it up.
Let me break it down for you, Brother Sharif, if
break
you don't
that
mind.
Shit down, yo.
All right, cool.
You had that prepared, yo. Go ahead.
Right. Brother Sharif don't be playing.
Well, no, I just want to know, like, you know, I know right now, like, y'all focus is mainly just on being, like, the library of teachers for the next generation for Africa. Is that y'all main mission, or do y'all have other endeavors, and what are they? You know, because you did the shoe, you didn't just stop with the African knowledge, but, you know, what's y'all main type thing and what y'all looking forward to doing?
Yeah, make sure y'all open up that sister line, too, man. Can't never mute out an Amaral Squad member, yo. That's non-cipher. Seriously, you gotta open her line, man. Y'all see where she at?
It's open, bro.
Yeah, he just opened me up. That's cool. I'm on both.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, we're not only the library, we're the vanguards. You know, we're the vanguards of Africa. And you talk about economics, but if you do not place value on African culture, you won't know where and how to spend your money. And so it's the education that will cause people to spend their money in the right place at the right time. It is the educational process that will cause us to protect ourselves. It is the educational process that will allow us to identify who's good for us, who's bad for us. It is education of African culture that will allow us to move to the next millennium. It is what that allowed us to survive for 250,000 years before any mutation occurred that caused pale skin. So we had culture for 200,000 years without anybody helping us. And so we need to place value. So in dealing with economics, right, it's based off of what the consumer values. And so if you don't value black business products, right, then you won't spend with it. And so we have a lack of value because we have a lack of culture. The culture teach you what the value, what not the value. Okay? And so this whole conversation was really about economics because I talked about the ants and how the ants are really economically sound. And we spoke of the cosmos. The cosmos is economically sound. Everything is used in nature. Nothing is lost. And so we say energy can't be created nor destroyed. And early on, the brother talked about God. Well, if you're talking about never can be created or destroyed, then what are you really talking about? And so our plan is crystal clear. Keep the education, keep the focus on economics. And so we do it through the animated lessons. We do it through commerce, right? We do it through books. We hope to inspire a group of brothers and sisters that will have a whole array of products and not scared to promote Africa behind it. So that's our goal, brother.
Hey, thank you. That's awesome. Because I really feel that way, you know, with the whole claiming that we're African. We are African descendants. We come from Africa. Like, you know, I don't know why people are avoiding just claiming Africa nowadays, but I appreciate you making that point, man. That was a solid point. So thank you so much, and salute to you, and keep up the good work, man. We need to see elders out here putting in that work, you know. If I could ask you one more question, I would like to know, at what point in your career did you feel you could charge for your knowledge and charge for what you were doing?
Last week. Niggas need to start paying something. Hell no. As a matter of fact, man, I got to GoFundMe, man. Y'all go to GoFundMe, man. Make a damn donation. Holler at the dollar. Throw a dollar in that motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, yo, listen, here's the mistake we make, right? We say, man, why are you charging for information? Man, why you pay for information? Niggas pay for information all the time. You feel me? Like, it's called support. And it's this what Europeans do, right? They support their scholars, man. You know, they give, like, they let them come out and speak at commencement, and they'll pay them $1 million. Right? Or they'll have a lecture and they'll pay them. The colleges have, the system tell you, the colleges have funds where they pay you $100,000, $50,000. You know, they pay for it because they know the importance of information, man. We the only one talking about, man, goddamn, why you charging me? Why you do that? What the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's something that I touched on. that's something that I touched on earlier. And you know what? I would make it even simpler to this. Caucasian people basically support what they believe in. Now, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Let's look at the GoFundMe page for Mike Brown compared to the GoFundMe page for Darren Wilson. He almost became a millionaire. Low-key, they support that. You dig what I'm saying? That's what they support because that's what they believe. They believe in exterminating us. You dig what I'm saying? But we always have to ask questions when it comes to each other, and that's a bad thing right there. Like, sometimes I feel as though we have to blindly step out on the wing and just do it just because we look the same, just because we are the same. This is our people. And I got to the point where I feel that way.
So go to the GoFundMe, man. It's Comedic War Conference, brother. Not cutting you off. It's called the Comedic War Conference. I was going to help support the squad when we go to New York. You know, it's like 4 of us that's going. All right, and the money will help, just take care of some of the burden, you know what I'm saying, of going up to New York. Brother Sarnetta, he can't afford to pay for the whole damn squad. He got 4 other presenters there. And so your donation will help. If it's just $1, that's beautiful. I mean, you got to look at, the brother, I cannot believe I cannot miss this name right here, man. Marcus Garvey. Okay, man, they put together pennies and quarters, man. All right? But it's the value of everybody supporting everybody. And so if you can spend $1 at McDonald's, you sure as hell put $1 in the GoFundMe on something you believe in.
And that's what it boils down to. What do you really believe in? Are you ready to just criticize everything, or do you really believe in this? Are you that Europeanized as a black person that you want to question anything another black person do because that's what your oppressor taught you to do? Like, let's be serious about this for a second now.
Yeah, we got like 8,000 people. We got 8,000 people in our group, and if the 8,000 people gave $1 a month, we have $8,000 right to go around and speak to the people freely. We could give free lectures. See the value of each one helping each one. That's the African way. That $1 doesn't stress you, and if $1 stresses you out, then you need not to even be on the show listening. You need to be trying to figure that shit out.
Take the village.
I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny, and I'm not down on nobody, but you need to get your life fixed. Because I've been in that situation when the shit was crucial for $1.
Correct.
Yep. So, it's just about all of us taking the burden. You feel me? So if we all give $1, we all give $5, and it's taking the burden off of each individual. It's the therapeutic value of each one helping each one. Like the cartoon, support the sister.
No doubt, man. And salute.
She's coming out with
the caller too.
She's got like 9. How many lessons you got, sis?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
You fade out. How many lessons do you plan on having with Mel Trex?
It's going to be 8 lessons. 8 lessons. Yeah,
right.
We're actually in the process of working on episode 2 now. That should be released by March or April of next year.
See?
So it'll be 8 animated lessons.
The next one okay. Well, the next one shit, buy this one. Buy 2 of them to give you. Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming, and niggas know they're going to celebrate Christmas.
We had that conversation. We had that conversation.
I sure am. Nigga, I don't care what nobody says.
Your mother and them gonna cuss you out. You better be over there. All right?
I will be there.
So buy black. Got the shoes, got the cartoons, got the sweat hoods, nice sweat hoods. I promise you this. Slick sweat hoods. Got the real black atheist sweat hoods, and it ain't screaming real black atheist. It's just a symbol. And those who know. I'm a Raw Squad pseudo shirts and sweat hoods. Those who know. These are gifts you can give to people. But we got.
Why you at it? So my skin is my sin hoodies too.
Yeah, and shirts as well. Shirts is dope. I'm gonna post a picture of me with my shirt on for real. Very dope. Very dope.
But I do want to salute Brother Sharif for calling up, man. Appreciate that, man. If you're still on, I'm not sure.
Man. Thank you all. Peace to you all. Thank you.
No doubt, man. Bro. Salute to you, man. Good question.
Black African power.
And that's about it for us, man. That's the end of our show, man. Definitely, man. I got pages full of notes. I'm up in here sweating.
Nah, this is a good show. I'm going to have to shout your show out on my show, man. Y'all can catch my show on Sunday night at 10:30, man. Calling number 347-857-2055. You know, the I'm a Raw Squad. Y'all can check that on Sundays, man. I'm gonna make sure I shout y'all out, man. Because this was a pleasant surprise, man. That y'all educated on subject matter, man. You know, I didn't know if it was gonna be a hostile environment. As a matter of fact, I thrive in a hostile environment. You feel me?
I mean, of course. I mean, we from the same city, man. So you already know. This is normal.
We can have you call back up and we can talk shit if you want.
Boy, I tell you, goddamn.
I mean, but you know what though? Honestly, I really do want to. I mean, me personally, but as far as the show as well, I do want to get information so I can link up with not only just you but the sister as well, because whenever y'all have anything in the city, I can attend or be there. You feel what I'm saying? I don't need to be a voice.
You there. They're gonna need you to be there, bro.
I don't need to be a voice. I'm telling you, I'm a very good listener. Some of my co-hosts won't agree with that, but I am. You dig what
I'm gonna have to cut you off right quick.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, crazy.
Let me interject.
Right.
But no, man, I really do like reaching out to people because this is serious to me. You feel what I'm saying? This is not a game, a facade, fad, or anything under the sun that you would think that it's not for play. Just to put it in layman's terms, this thing is real. This is a lifestyle that I'm trying to interject in my life. So definitely, if it's a way that I can link up with y'all or connect with y'all online, offline, yeah.
I got the sister's. I got the queen's number, man.
Yeah, she right there, man.
And I'm ready to link up whenever you brothers are ready. I'm ready to link up.
No doubt. And if your cartoons need any music or anything, let me know.
You said if what, brother?
If your cartoons need any music or anything, let me know.
Okay, no doubt. No doubt.
You know, I know some people that make some nice soundtrack type beats and stuff. I know a guy. I think we all know a guy.
Actually, the beats were some of the beats I got made from MK Productions, but other beats. Have you ever heard of J Funk in Baltimore?
I have not.
He's a producer. Yeah, he's a local. J Funk made the. He actually made the theme song, the music for the Mel Trek theme song. And have you ever heard of JD Polo?
JD Polo.
JD Polo. She's a local female artist. She did the rap for the theme song. So J Funk did the beat, and JD Polo did the Mel Trek theme song. So we're actually utilizing, Baltimore artists and putting Baltimore on the map for Mel Trek. Yeah. So pass them on. If you know another brother that make beats, pass them on. Yeah, pass them on. Oh yeah, it's not only Baltimore.
No, hold on, sister. Let me say this real quick. Hold on, sister. The other week when they had all the Detroit people calling up, they jumped me. We're gonna jump jobs now. That's what we gonna do. Yeah, it's Baltimore here. It's Baltimore.
It wouldn't be the first time, bro. I'm still gonna get up.
Of course. You feel what I'm saying? Of course, bro.
He run the boards. He runs the boards.
Right. I feel the mute coming on.
I was just about to say I was waiting for the muted. I was waiting for that.
Hey man, we gotta let Brotha Ankh go, man. I know he got things to do, man. But
yeah, y'all.
I do appreciate
it.
Yeah. Hey man, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm appreciate this being home court, man. Appreciate the brothers from Detroit, and the brothers from Baltimore, man. Y'all understand the struggle in Baltimore, man. There's a lot of ignorance, man. And they need us. They need us, sister. They need those who stand strong and stand on Africa, as opposed to dealing with Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. They need us to know why we do that. You know, that's important to be able to explain this to them and how understanding the culture will transform their lives. I mean, this is important to understand the do's and the don'ts. You know what I'm saying? What to do, what not to do. You know, and that's what culture teach you. And so we understand why we do what we do. We understand why they do what they do, because they don't understand the need, right, for understanding the root of African culture. And I just wanted to kind of close with that. You know, I appreciate brothers and sisters. You know, I'm a Raw Squad Up. You know, Real Black Atheism
I'm a Raw Squad
is on the ride.
Definitely.
Salute to y'all. Don, take us
Black
home.
African power.
What a damn theme music at, man. Y'all messed it up.
No, Sean's supposed to do his thing, man. He sleep. What you doing, Sean?
I mean, he over there with like 10 compositions.
Right.
Yeah, he got like 10 composition books. I was about to say, he got like 10 composition books in his lap.
Let me do my best Sean right quick.
We love y'all, family.
I want to thank... see, I was giving my Sean impression. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, listen, we love y'all, family, for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I do. I watch the Brother Ankh every once in a while, and I was glad to have him here. I was actually excited to listen to him, and what he dropped on us was real powerful tonight, that we need to get our mind back, our conscious mind, and address that our mental it's been infected, and we need to get it back and get back to our African roots. So I hope y'all took down all the notes and y'all share the show. We love y'all, and tune in.
You crying, Sean?
Definitely.
You okay?
I mean, no, it's the struggle tears. The struggle tears. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's a real one, but he's fighting them back.
It's been a dope show, though, man.
I'm glad that y'all here, everybody, and I love y'all. They don't.
I learned a lot, man.
No,
let's wrap it up, man. Just messing with you, dog. Salute, AJ, Sean, as usual. I'll holler at y'all. Peace out.
Peace.